Good evening. I am Dr. Herbert Pardes, President of the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation's Scientific Council, and I have the pleasure of introducing the Pardes Humanitarian Prize in Mental Health. The Pardes Prize was established in 2014 to honor and take special note of people and organizations whose humanitarian work in mental health is transformative and of great magnitude. This international prize is selected by an extraordinary committee of psychiatric leaders and awarded annually. The prize focuses public attention on the burden mental illness places on individuals and society, and the urgent need to expand mental health services globally. The winners of the 2021 Pardes Prize are three extraordinary women who are outstanding advocates for mental health and also live with mental illness. They are Dr. Kay Redfield Jameson for her profound contribution to mental health awareness as an advocate drawing on her own struggles with bipolar disorder. Dr. Ellen Sachs for her pioneering work as both a therapist and legal advocate for the mentally ill while living with schizophrenia. And Charlene Sunkel for helping to empower other people who live with mental health problems. Our first 2021 Pardes Humanitarian Prize recipient, Dr. Kay Jameson, is a clinical psychologist, writer, and professor at Johns Hopkins University. She serves as an inspiration to countless people living with bipolar disorder and has helped to transform how society sees those living with mental illness. She has made a profound contribution to mental health awareness through her autobiography, An Unquiet Mind, detailing her own struggles with remarkable honesty about very personal elements of her experience. Dr. Jameson courageously identifies stigma as prejudice and makes a case for the relationship between bipolar disorder and creativity, which in turn has made it easier for many people to enter into treatment. Dr. Jameson is a renowned spokeswoman and advocate for the mentally ill, who inspires us to use our knowledge towards the greater good for all humanity. Our second Pardes Humanitarian Prize recipient, Dr. Ellen Sachs, has made pioneering contributions to our understanding of mental illness through her work as a legal advocate for the mentally ill, a volunteer at a psychiatric hospital, a therapist, an educator, and as an author. Her best-selling book, The Center Cannot Hold: My Journey Through Madness, in which she provides a first-person account of her transition into psychosis and a lifetime spent as a person living with schizophrenia, has helped to transform our thinking about mental illness. A distinguished law professor and academic lawyer, Dr. Sachs uses her position to reduce and eliminate stigma and to make psychosis more approachable and understandable to others, bringing a wisdom that reflects both her experience and compassion. Our third prize recipient, Charlene Sunkel, is the founder and CEO of the Global Mental Health Peer Network, the first group of its kind in the world that promotes and supports the empowerment of people who live with mental health problems. Ms. Sunkel herself has the experience of living with a mental illness and is a great leader not only in her country of South Africa, but also around the world. Ms. Sunkel has made it impossible for any global mental health initiative to be implemented without an active and meaningful involvement of people with lived experiences. The Honorary Pardes Humanitarian Prize in Mental Health is given to a person and or organization who may or may not work in the mental health field, but whose extraordinary contribution has elevated awareness of the difficulty of those living with mental illness and their families. This year, 3 honorary prize recipients are being acknowledged for their groundbreaking work. They are Dr. John Davis, Dr. Michael Phillips, and Dr. Norman Sartorius. Dr. John Davis is a tireless advocate of numerous and varied humanitarian efforts in mental health, including international support for programming and services for better treatments for mental illness overseas. He is a mental health lobbyist and an advocate for the use of forensic psychiatry. He is also a devoted champion of young scientific investigators. His extraordinary contributions to the field of mental health include authoring the first science-based textbook on psychopharmacology as a guide for psychiatrists seeking to use medications more effectively. Dr. Michael Phillips has dedicated his professional and personal life to serving as a mental health advocate in China. His tireless advocacy includes coordinating multi-center collaborative projects on suicide, depression, and schizophrenia, as well as running research training courses for Chinese and foreign graduate students, thus improving the quality, comprehensiveness, and access to mental health services around the country. He has inspired generations of Chinese psychiatrists to conduct research and publish their work. He has utilized the strengths of academic psychiatry to make a major impact on national mental health care in China and beyond. Dr. Norman Sartorius has helped to shape the field of mental health and psychiatry over the past 50 years. He has provided hope and healing worldwide for people living with mental illness, particularly those who live in low-income countries. Dr. Sartorius served as the first director of the World Health Organization's Department of Mental Health, bringing together a variety of stakeholders in areas of mental health classification, human rights, epidemiology, ethics, stigma, comorbidity, workforce development, and the optimization and humanization of treatment. His tenure launched the world's largest program against the stigma of mental illness and key initiatives designed to protect the human rights of the mentally ill. All of these talented and accomplished leaders have expanded our scope of mental illness treatment globally. They serve as extraordinary advocates for mental health and exemplify how to use our knowledge for the greater good. They truly represent what it means to be world-class scientists and compassionate humanitarians. I want to thank you for joining us and celebrating these outstanding leaders in a very important field, and for giving both hope, advocacy, and support to all of them and to everybody here who is working on the problem of conquering mental illness.